Hello guys, my name is David and I will be your captain for today. Today's is a tutorial video of how to start an Airbus A320 fly-by-wire edition. Anyways, let's get into it and let's get into the cockpit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so here we are in the cockpit. So right now it is cold and dark, so let's go ahead and to the overhead panel. That's first. What you want to do is you go up to here and then you turn on these two batteries, 1 and 2. And then you want to turn on the external power. Then you want to turn on the APU master switch, the APU starter switch, and the APU bleed. And then what you want to do is turn on the crew supply oxygen supply for the crew. And then go to your ADRs, and then you want to turn them on like this, in this order, 1, 2, and 3. Then you want to turn on your fuel pumps, which is here, below all your fire test, like that. Then what you want to do is turn on the seatbelt signs to on, no smoking signs to auto, and then the set emergency exit lights to armed. Alright. Then what you want to do down here, I can barely see the screens, so what you want to do is go here to turn these on, like this, to 65% in the day, around 70% in night, and then you want to turn this one to the max. If it's night, this is the light dim, so it's over here, but we don't need it for today because it's very bright outside at Dallas currently. There we go. Now to turn on V screens to in the middle. You want to go down here where your MCDU is, and then you want to turn this one on to 100% or 80% recommended, but I'm gonna do 100%. And then if it's in night, you want to turn on the floodlights, which are these two in the middle, but we don't need them for today. So we want to turn them on, and we can just set the panel lighting to 35% because it's day. And here we don't also need a pedestrian lighting. We don't need it because it's day currently. Then you want to go here in the middle, then turn on these to 100%, and then the autopilot and QNH and these screens on. And then if we go to the co-pilot seat, we want to do the same thing. Turn that to 100%. To about 60%. That's good enough. Anyways, let's go down here and check the APU. So we will go down here and then click the APU and see what's going on. Or what you want to do is go up here, then see if it's avail. When avail, want to turn off the external power. That you won't need it, and then it will be avail. Alright. Now you also want to turn on the beacon lights and the wing lights and the logo lights and the strobe lights on auto. There we go. Also, to turn on the cockpit lights, you want to go here where your APU starter switch, and then you want to turn on this to dim or bright, but we don't need that for today. Or to make the panel gold color to see it better, you want to increase this, but we won't need it for today. Anyways, dear ladies and gentlemen, our GPS primary, so the ADRs are aligned and we are good to go. Anyways, on our MCDU, I suggest FMGC. We just want to click on it and then click on init, and then the flight number. So today's flight number is AAL 830 for today. And then you want to clear the GPS primary that was just over here. Anyways, what you want to do from now on, if it's the fly-by-wire version, it has an iPad, so we can see what our cruising altitude is, what our ZFW is, cruise index, cost index, sorry. So our cost index is 10, and our cruising altitude is 39,000 feet. So cost index at 10 and 39,000 feet. There we go. For this page, we're all set. So let's go to the next page. So you just want to click this arrow right here, and boom, there we go. For the ZFW in the block, you just want to click this twice, and then the fuel planning button right here, the third one, then click confirm. Then flight number, I don't know why it's not working. Alright guys, it seems we are all finished. The flight number is actually not working, I don't know why. Anyways, let's go to our perf, and what you want to do is go on SimBrief and check your flight plan and then takeoff performance data. What I'm going to do now is go on to SimBrief and click takeoff performance and calculate. There you will get all the information about the takeoff, V1, V1 rotate, and V2 speeds. For me, it says for the V1 speed is 137, so we're just going to put 137. For the V1 rotate is 142 knots. Oops. 142 knots. And for our V2 speed is 143 knots. So what we will do is we will take off from 142 knots, and it's already up here, where right here, where our speeds, you see, it says 137, that's our V1, and what's our rotate speed, where we will take off at that kind of speed at 143 knots. Anyways, let's now check up here if everything is alright. Now let's do our APU emergency test by clicking this button. Alright, everything seems to be good, and let's do engine 2 and then engine 1 test. Alright, engine 2 seems to be good, sorry about that. And now engine 1 is also good. Now we are kind of finished on the overhead panel, so we will just come here on to turn on the lights or the external power or etc, etc. Anyways, now what we need to do is go into the iPad, click this button, and then disconnect with the jet bridge. Payload, just SimBrief, and on SimBrief we have 174 passengers for today. Alright, now let's go into pushback, then pushback system, confirm, and let's call the tug. Best thing will pop up if you have some mod installed, which you can see is right there, the tug. Let's go outside and see. Alright, dear ladies and gentlemen, now the tug is on, so we can start our pushback right now. We can pre-plan the pushback, or if we get cleared, I don't know, let's say to the right. Let's just, we can do, for fly-by-wire system, we can just push this upward. Oh, also, don't forget, guys, turn off the parking brake, which I just forgot to do. Anyways, let's push back now. You do full throttle, so all the way up, you can do, which I'm doing right now, or you can do small speeds. Also, to turn the aircraft, which I'm doing right now, you can see I am turning like the aircraft or like the wheel. By the way, it turns the tug. Let's just push back, I don't know. Let's go to the left. Alright, let's turn on the engine start switch, which was down here. That's what I did. And for me, I'm using the Thrustmaster Captain Pack for Airbus, so it was right here. Anyways, this is not a VATSIM video, so no ATC today. We can disconnect the tug, turn on the parking brake. Also, guys, the parking brake is down here, just so you know. This is how you turn it off. But for me, I have to do it on my Thrustmaster throttle. Alright, guys, and we seem to be all good to start engine number 2. First engine number 2, and then number 1 went avail. Alright, I started engine number 2. Here on the screens, we can turn on the APU screens or the, I don't know, flight control screens, because we will need it right now. And as you can see, dear ladies and gentlemen, right now it is turning on slowly, which we can see from the outside view. This engine right here, it is turning on, or spinning to turn on. Also, guys, before the flight, before when cold start, make sure to check your throttles. I forgot to mention that, guys. To turn off, I meant to make the first levers idle. Alright, it is available. We can start engine number 1. While it's turning on, let's turn on the chronometer. While it is turning on, the flight director is on, so it will kind of guide us of where we have to go, and depends on our flight level, on our MCDU, and etc, etc. Also, guys, I forgot to do one thing. Flaps 1, that doesn't really matter for Microsoft Flight Simulator, but let's do it for realism. Alright, guys, it is available, so we can select the engine start switch to normal. Now let's set flaps 1 like this. Oh, flaps 1. We can confirm that both engines are spinning. Flaps 1 is set. Yep, all good to go. Now let's go to the overhead panels and turn on the taxi lights right like this. And now let's turn off the APU master switch and the APU bleed, because we do not need it anymore. That was needed only to turn on the aircraft's engines. Now let's look at this screen, because we pressed the flight control button. Now let's do our flight controls. If we do up, we can see there or here. Anyways, full up, neutral, full down, neutral, full left, neutral, and then let's go to the outside view and check if it's working. Full right, neutral. Now let's do our rudder, full right, neutral, full left, and neutral. We seem to be all good for taxi. And yeah, so everything is good. Now we can turn off the pushback system, because we do not need it, and let's go just to the main page. Anyways, flight controls are check. Gear is down, lever, that's very good. That's also good. And alright, guys, thank you so much for watching, and this is how you cold start an Airbus A320. But what you want to do is just get your taxi clearance if you're playing on VATSIM, and taxi for departure. Hope you have an amazing day, and thank you so much for watching.